This car cannot run this hot. I've got twin cooling fans off of a Ford Contour and it is not moving enough airflow. So I'm gonna yank this junk out and we're gonna install this. This is a $20 Lincoln Mark 8 cooling fan. This is a factory Ford fan. The fans that are on here are off of a Ford Contour, but this is an aftermarket Dorman fan. And I'll put some links to some of the forum pages. These aftermarket Dormans don't flow enough airflow. So we're gonna go ahead and take those off and we're gonna try to make this one fit in the G-body. At idle, it's 180, and when you're driving, it just does not seem to get the airflow it needs. It doesn't even sound powerful enough. I'm gonna go ahead and get these things off, and I'm gonna go ahead and try to retrofit these other fans I've had. I bought for 20 bucks. If you wanna see this kind of stuff being installed on maybe a G-body of your own, you might wanna watch this. All right, fast forward. Got this trim cut out. Man, I think that came out pretty darn nice. I am very pleased in how now that I can bolt it down where it's supposed to go. Almost blends nice with the fan there, which makes it look like it's all in one shroud. What I'm gonna do is probably, since I want this to fit nice and snug on there, I'm gonna go ahead and drill 1, 2 holes, a couple riv nuts in there, and thread it down with a couple bolts. It's the only way I can see it because you're gonna end up, I'm gonna have to do something there. There's not a lot of meat here. Even I could probably, yeah, but the riv nut's gonna take a big opening for that. It might not even be enough to L it. Got a couple pilot holes here. I'm gonna go ahead and set it up so I can put bolts. Go ahead and get us a size because we're gonna run these bolts. It's gonna be a metric thread, which is nice. So if I ever change the bolts around, we're good to go. Some good stainless, I'll give you that. Perfect. Perfect. All right. All right, so that scrap piece of a stainless steel that I used off the fan trying to cut it, we're gonna use it to make some brackets. Trick of the trade, use cardboard templates so you don't screw it up. So made a couple lines here. I'm gonna cut this and bend it now. Let's see if I got any snips. Cut some stainless steel. See if this works. In the, I wanted to walk to the back shop. This is thin, so I'll cut it. Oh yeah, that's good. That'll work. All right, so I got this guy here. That ought to work, I think. Pretty close to the old cardboard template, if you ask me. All right, let's go ahead and fast forward a little bit. You see me get everything installed. So fan is installed. I am happy on how that turned out. That just looks like it looks OE to me. I am freaking pumped on how nice that looks. Fan is secure, going nowhere. Put my FlexiLite controller up top because I like to be able to access it if I need to adjust it for any reason. That looks good. Now let's go ahead and key it on and see if it has power. All right, we'll just key the car on. It's tough to see, but that little red light, yep, it's on. We're working. Let's go ahead and fire it up and see if it works. Oh yeah, it's working. This will help regulate temp. So you'll see it's a soft start. There it goes. Oh yeah. Should blow some air. This fan pulls a lot of power. So like when you run these modern American ones, a lot of the, like this is Ford, they run like a big relay to power the fan on a temperature set. The Flex-Lite controller is a soft hit, so it doesn't have such a hard hit to it. Doesn't pull a lot of amperage too. It's working though. Finished up late tonight, so we'll get this back on the morning. We're actually gonna go ahead and drive the car and see if the temp actually does what it's supposed to. All right guys, new day. We're back in the garage. Cutlass is ready. So got the fan done and installed last night. Finished up a couple things. I started up earlier today. Had to run some errands and get caught up on some of the social media stuff. So, you know, and a part of me is like, do I get rid of this fan? But I'm like, I don't think I want to, because I got him off the junkyard before. But I don't know. You guys throw some comments. What do you think I should do? This came out so much nicer. Like, I had to trim the stainless steel here to put this in. I got it nice and tight radius. This cooling fan, there's a little bit that it doesn't cover here. But for the most part, this works so much better. And that Flex-Lite controller is doing the job as well. I'm ready to fire it up too, and then we can go take it for a drive. So she should fire right up. Maybe not. Maybe. She was running earlier. Get this temp up. So the temp right now, we're sitting about, I don't know, 150 roughly. Again, it's been warmed up, so let's go ahead and back it out and then let it run for a bit, get up to that temp range. God, this car sounds so good. You can hear that? I don't know if you can hear it. That thing is kicking some air. Kicking some air. Freaking pumped. Let's go drive. All right. Take it up the road. Got a temp gun. We're gonna check it just to make sure it's good. So this fan sitting out idle moves way more air. Sounds so good. Freaking love it. Just trying to get this car to be able to drive headache free. Project cars, they're never headache free. So, but this Lincoln Mark 8 fan, again, $20 I paid for it at a junkyard a few years ago though, so I don't know what the going rate is for them now, but it flows like 4,000 CFM. So that should be more than enough for this small block. Oh yeah. Gotta have it though, gotta have it. And I was pretty pleased with getting it installed. I said, just trim that shroud and everything and fit like a charm. Now, the temp sensor, I was fighting a couple things with temperature the way it is. I put it in the factory spot, so it's in the driver's side cylinder head where it's supposed to be. That'll help to give me the most accurate reading, but I'm noticing that the temperature on the coolant, about 165, and I've got a 160 thermostat in this car because that's where I want it to run. I want it to be between that 160, 175 range because it is a street car. I'm not looking for fuel economy in this car, not when you got power and a cam and everything. And right now, we're holding on the gauge 180. And it comes back down. I am A-okay with this right now. Temperature is holding nicely. And then we got a kickdown cable going too. I love it. Freaking love it. Yeah, the temp holding perfect. 180, 185. That is freaking stellar. That gauge is right. We're about 165, 170. It's holding nicely. All right, well, the fan's on. Looking at this upper radiator hose, tough to read. That's 173 at the top of the hose. Coming out of the engine. About 188. Look at the gauge. Showing about 190-ish almost. So, again, drove pretty good. Temperature seems to be about normal to me. 180 is about the sweet spot, looks like, on it. It seems to like it. Doesn't get well over hot than that. That's right. Car's running and driving. The cooling fan from that Lincoln Mark 8 has been the key to what I needed to keep this car running at a better operating temp. So very happy with that. Overall, this car has been an enjoyment to work on and get going. Coming from the factory V6 that was in it, now has a nice small block Chevrolet in it. Nothing out of this world, something you can easily drive, which is one of my most important things about it. I like cars that you can get them running and driving, keeping them what you would consider period correct. Now, the main reason I made this video on this cooling fan install is because when I go to search, can you install an electric cooling fan in a G-body? Everybody buys those cheap ones you can find on Amazon with the simple shroud. And then like anybody, you're fighting around chasing cheap fans. So I went ahead and got a factory Ford fan because them Fords, I don't know you remember as being a kid and you be hearing big old Ford Tauruses, those big, the Windstars, and also you remember hearing those Fords sitting at idle. And when you hear them fans kick on, it moves some serious air. So I went ahead and wanted to show you guys exactly what I did to get these fans installed and how it did make a difference in the way this car ran, operating temperature wise. I'm trying to get this car done because spring's here now. We're at what, beginning of March? So it is time to start ready to drive these cars, and I'm ready to drive this. Would you just look at it? This is an 86 Oldsmobile. You don't even see these things on the road anymore unless you're going to some fancy car show. You don't even see my Cars and Coffee really anymore. So hope you guys enjoy the video. Again, this was really not a how-to install video for fans because believe me, there's enough content of that out there. But this was to show you that you can install a Ford electric fan in one of these cars. And if you guys got specific questions, throw me some comments down below. We are done with this car for right now. I want to at least get it running and driving where it's to the point now I can safely drive it. Temperatures are good. So I'm going to run some miles in this car and then I will have a proper walkthrough video of this car, everything from the motor, wheels, tires, suspension, and all for you guys. I've dabbled here and there on it because it's only one guy when I'm trying to do content. It's a pain in the butt sometimes. So next video you guys see is going to be some more square body content. Not that square body though. Your boy has picked up a project, so it is an investment for the success of this channel. So I hope you guys are ready for that. Give you a hint, it's got a 4-speed in it, so be ready. Make sure you guys smash that like button, hit that subscribe as well if you stay through the whole video and you enjoy what you see, because again, I appreciate all you guys watching my videos because it's what keeps it going here for me. It helps me out a lot, so I appreciate it. Make sure you guys stick around for that square body video because it's going to be a fun one. So I'll catch you guys on the next one.